This meeting is being recorded. Menu. End. Alt Q. Meet. Stereo. Hide. Mono. Check. Optimize for share sound. Hide floating. Hide video. Hide. Share sound. Checked. Hide names of. Disable and reaction. Stop recording. Alt R. Folder view.
Okay, folks. Welcome to the first video of Z and P Gaming. Or just another video for the channel Peyton Herrick. Depending on where you're watching this, because this will be uploaded on both channels. So welcome. Today we'll be starting the Eurofly series. And this first video is basically what is Eurofly and showing off the Category 1 aircraft. Showing off a Category 1 aircraft. So, what is Eurofly? Eurofly is a Atlas/flight simulator for the visually impaired and blind. This is a flight simulator that is accessible to the visually impaired without using any mods or anything else, because there's other ones out there, but I like this one the best just because it's the easiest for one thing, and you can also modify stuff, whereas I don't know how much you can modify in other simulators such as FSX Pilot or VATSIM. So Eurofly, in my opinion, is still the best flight simulator out there. So, yeah. Who made Eurofly? Stefan Kiss from Slovakia did. This program/game is available in many languages, such as Russian, Slovakian, or Slovak, I guess, Portuguese, Arabic, and of course, English and Spanish. So, what are we flying today? Today we are flying a Category 1 Lockheed 188 Electra. This is a Category 1, and what that means is there are three types of categories. There are three category types in Eurofly that you will be flying throughout the game. Category 1 is the lowest category of all three of these, and basically the short and sweet of it is you're just doing everything manually. No autopilot, no auto, anything. Nose is manually controlled. Just everything is manually controlled in this game, really. And today, on this Lockheed Electra flight, we'll be doing something short and sweet, because I'll show off some of the options and stuff, and we'll talk about that. Honestly, this video is going to be a lot of talking, and the flight's going to be really short. It's only 15 miles from Midway to Chicago O'Hare, so Midway, Illinois to Chicago O'Hare, which is also in Illinois. So, yeah. Yes. So, a couple things that will not be demonstrated on this flight is that when you hear the plane, or when you hear over the speakers, you have entered the airspace of a new state. Identify yourself. You must hit F2 or function F2 if you don't have your BIOS up to date like me. And if you don't hit function F2 or F2, after it says, identify yourself, please, that's the second thing it'll say. And then the third thing it'll say is, identify yourself or you'll be shot down. If you don't identify yourself after that, you get shot down by this fighter jet thing. Another thing we will not be demonstrating is Control T which is turbo. So there's a maximum airspeed for your aircraft, and then you can enter the turbo mode, unless your maximum airspeed is 6,214 miles per hour or 10,000 kilometers per hour on one of your aircraft. Trying to think. So yes, turbo is for all aircrafts, but we're not demonstrating to that today. The function F2/F2 is available or is on all aircrafts, but will not be demonstrated today. So I'm just covering my bases here. So let's launch Eurofly. Oh, and one more great thing I forgot to mention, it's free. So that's really nice. Whereas I'm pretty sure other flight simulators do cost money. So that's one plus.
Eurofly 7 of 24.
Let's launch it.
Not charging battery 99%.
Might take a bit. Come on, Eurofly.
Q times 8 of Eurofly 7 of 20. Q times Eurofly 7 of 24. Location.
Oh, there we
launcher.
go.
C Euro Q times 8 of Eurofly 7. Meeting controls. Zoom
Welcome to
window.
Eurofly.
More drop-down buttons. Loading
About
domain map.
Eurofly.
Zoom, C users and downloads. Row C use Eurofly meeting controls. Zoom C down C users Eurofly meeting control. Zoom C down C user Eurofly row 2 column 3 6 of 6.
Okay, so when you first load Eurofly, it comes up with one of two intros, and we got this one. And here is the main menu.
Tasks.
Well, actually, it starts off with
About Eurofly.
that. And you're navigating through the menu by using your up and down arrows. So let's say I go down.
Tasks.
Next one is test. Let's say we're going to be the first option, which is
About Eurofly.
There we go. Let's play that for you.
Eurofly is a successful Slovak airline company that operates international flights within Europe as well as transcontinental flights worldwide. You have just become a pilot of this company, and your job is to complete the tasks assigned to you by your superior and safely carry passengers from different countries to their destination. You are about to become a pilot flying in your country. If you do well, you will be deployed for longer and more difficult routes, and your rank will gradually increase. As we said, Eurofly is a successful company, so we allow you to free fly it around the world or explore the map. Good luck. About Eurofly.
Okay, so that's what's under there. Now,
Tasks.
List aerial blank.
now tasks. Now, if you don't have multiple profiles like me, you'll just be taken right to the tasks, and you can start doing tasks. But tasks, it's simple and to the point. Those are just the flights you are told to do. Your first 10 flights are with no passengers, and then your the other 79 main tasks, I need to say that again, main tasks are with passengers, because there's also a few tasks that people have created, like Christmas 2017, European tours, something, new 7 wonders of the world, and a generator. Yes, that there is a task generator after you have completed the first 89 tasks. Once again, that's after you've completed the first 89 tasks. So I have two profiles here.
Aerial Eurofly 1 of 3.
Aerial Eurofly, which is the profile I'll be demonstrating under throughout this series, unless it's the first main task, and if it is, I'll be using
Peyton 2 of 3.
that. My actual name, Peyton. But I already did the first 10 tasks, so, and the main reason I have that is for server use. So I'll create a new profile, and actually, I'll demonstrate that quickly.
About Eurofly. Tasks. Free.
List area blank.
But let's talk about free flights really quick. As you heard in that About Eurofly section, They do allow you to free fly, which is nice. And the thing is, as you do more tasks, the amount of aircrafts that are unlocked for free flight is increased. So if I click on aerial Eurofly here,
List 1 of 92. 1 of blank.
you'll see I have 92 aircrafts. That's what 1 of 92 means. Because this profile is a save again that I've received, and the tests are done on here. But I can still do tasks with the three tests that people have created. Which I don't quite know how to do that, so I'm not gonna be doing a tutorial on how to do that. Or I lost my train of thought there. But yeah, or the generator. Yeah. So there's that. So you'll see all these here, 92.
About
Eurofly.
Eurofly. Manual walk. Free flying.
List area blank.
And let's go to Peyton.
Page 2 of information.
Oh.
No button, no 10. Eurofly. List 1 of 23 blank.
Okay, on this you'll notice I have 23 aircrafts only. That is because I have only done the first 10 tasks. Therefore, I have not unlocked category 2s yet. So all these are category 1s.
Airspeed is 57 Ambassador 2 or Beechcraft Musketeer Beechcraft 1900D C-46 Chicago O'Hare 5 of 20.
About Eurofly.
So those are all category 1s there. Now let's take a look at our next thing.
Tasks. Free flying. Manual walking.
Europe Slovak land.
This is the aforementioned map or atlas that you can walk on, because like
Moldavia.
When you use your up, down, left, right, it moves you a step forward, step back, step to the left. So there's that for you. Oh.
Romania.
Yeah, I forgot.
Return to meeting. Folder view list. Eurofly 7 of 20.
I have to open Eurofly because
Land.
yeah. Oh, you guys get to see the other intro, so that's nice.
Welcome to Eurofly. About Eurofly.
This is the other intro for Eurofly.
Tasks. Free flying. Manual walking through map.
Okay.
Profiles. Creating new profile.
Now this is where the profiles are, and since I'll probably be showing you the tasks, the first 90 tasks, or 89, basically 90.
Removing. Creating new profile.
I'll create a profile.
Type your profile name and press the enter key.
And I'll call myself
A-N-A-N-A.
Profile has been created.
I called myself Banana. So when we do those tasks, I'll do that for you. Okay.
Voices.
Voices.
And VDA.
This click. This will show your screen reader and
SAT P5.
SAT P5, which is what this game uses.
Voices. Options.
Options. This is where all your options are. I guess I'll go through them quick here.
Change button. User data path edit read only selected C. Eurofly. Change button.
So change.
Profile manager button.
Profile manager. It's where you manage your profiles. Like if you want to register it on the server.
Home airport button.
Home airport, where you set your home airport.
Distance format. American miles radio button checked.
That I haven't set to American miles, but there's also
metric kilometers radio button checked. American miles radio button checked.
Yeah.
Add minus word before negative numbers checkbox not checked.
I don't know what that is. I don't mess with
Check
it.
for updates after startup checkbox checked.
Okay, check for updates after startup.
Key for weather information edit blank.
You can get a key for weather and you can input it here, and I believe it just gives you the real weather at the airport.
At the new airport, start with real weather checkbox not checked.
Okay.
Get API key button.
get API key. That's for the aforementioned thing above.
Status monitor edit blank.
Status monitor. Status monitor used for my braille display users out there.
Hide the completed task packs checkbox not checked.
Hide the completed task packs. That's for those 3 tests that people created I mentioned earlier.
Preferred languages for communicator button.
Preferred languages.
Okay button.
Okay.
Cancel button. Tab control. General.
Now this is where your tab control is. So we have general.
Map tab selected 2 of 7.
Map.
Flit tab selected 3 of 8.
Flight.
Volume tab selected 4 of 9. Systems tab selected 5 of 10.
Okay, and yeah,
Flit
that's
map
what you have.
Map tab selected 2 of 10.
Okay, we'll go for this quick.
Map source. Map property page. Geonames radio button checked. Decimal number separator, comma radio button checked. If there are too many results, show the list check. Decimal number
That I don't know about.
If there are too many results, show the list checkbox checked. Show list if it is more than edit multi-line selected 3. Synchronize movement and view in manual view checkbox not checked.
Don't know what that is.
0 position. 0 is north radio button checked. Compass appearance. Compass hours radio button checked. OK button. Cancel button. Tab control. Map tab. Flit tab select.
This is your flight.
Flit property page. Range of airport 1. Me edit multi-line selected 12. Range of airport 2. Me edit multi-line selected 20. Range of airport 3. Me edit multi-line selected 31. Range of capitals. Me edit multi-line selected 22. Range of points. Me edit multi-line selected 22. Navigation tone frequency edit multi-line selected 1. Frequency of turbulent areas edit multi-line selected 12. Frequency of turbulences edit multi-line selected 400. Frequency of little storms edit multi-line selected 12. Start a new day in the hangar checkbox not checked.
I don't feel like doing the hangar today, so I'll show you guys that another time. But I do assure you, in one of these about 230 or so videos, I will show you the hangar. I did have it set to where I would start a new day in the hangar before, and then I quit that after 12 days just because it was irritating, and yeah.
Fly according to the timetable checkbox checked.
This means that your flight is going to depart at a certain time, unless, or I think you get kicked out of the airport or something. I did check the box on this, but nothing's happened to me because I fly out. I think it's, like I said, it's the time where you have to leave the airport, but I always leave before this time because that's actually what you're supposed to do. And I've never been there at the time I was scheduled on the timetable. So
display the arrival time and the navigation checkbox checked. OK button. Cancel button. Tab control. Volume tab selected 4 of 10.
okay, this is the volume of different things.
Volume property page. Music edit multi-line selected 0. Engines edit multi-line selected 100. Aircraft edit multi-line selected 80. Transmitters edit multi-line selected 78. Airport edit multi-line selected 100. Weather edit multi-line selected 100. Towers edit multi-line selected 100. Stewards edit multi-line selected 100. Tones edit multi-line selected 100. OK button. Cancel button. Tab control. Systems tab selected 5 of 10.
The stuff in here I don't know that much about.
Systems property page. Joystick mode checkbox checked.
Well, some of it anyway.
Use intercom checkbox checked.
Like I know that, and I've used it before. And to use the intercom, it's function F11 if you don't have your BIOS up to date, like me, or F11 if you're smart and did your BIOS.
Active tower checkbox not checked.
Don't know what that is.
Obligatory to follow tower instructions checkbox not checked.
Don't check that because otherwise you're going to crash if you don't descend or rise to whatever altitude they give you.
Smaller storms checkbox checked.
Some of this is for some of the systems we're going to turn on.
Large storms checkbox checked. Turbulences checkbox checked. Turbulent areas checkbox checked. TCAS checkbox checked. Critical events checkbox checked. OK button.
Okay, I lied. I thought the system stuff was a bit different, but yeah, so a lot of that stuff I do actually know. I apologize. But I haven't been in that setting in a while because I know this game so much. So yes, I do know a lot of that. I don't know the joystick mode or the active tower, but the rest of it I do know. I thought that area of Eurofly was something else. So I just want to make that clear. So
Cancel button.
we'll just exit.
About
Eurofly.
Eurofly.
And we'll
Task. Free. Manual. Profile. Voices. Options. Test your speakers.
test your speakers. I'll do this quick.
Left. Right.
Test your speakers. Add-ons.
Add-ons, I'm not running through that because I already have it configured.
About the program.
About the program, I'll play this really quick.
Eurofly is created by Stefan Kiss from Slovakia in 2016. Visit the webpage www.stefankis.sk or contact by email kissoft@stefankis.sk.
Okay,
Land.
About
Eurofly.
the exit.
exit. We're not doing that.
About task. Free fly.
List air land.
We are doing a free flight today, and then we'll do a task some other time. I could use either or of these three profiles, so
Banana 2 aerial Eurofly 1 of 4. Banana 2 of 4. Peyton 3 of 4.
yeah. It'll still count towards my profiles or the pilot log, but
Aerial
we're
Euro.
okay. We'll just
List
click
1
this.
1 of 92. 1 1 of 92.
Says everything.
Land.
Okay, now
Fokker F28. 1 1 land.
if you know the letter of your aircraft, so if it's like an Airbus, you press
A airspeed at land.
A. It's a Lockheed 188 Electra like it is today. We're gonna just
1
press
1
L
land.
until we find it.
LL39 LL400 Lockheed 188 Electra. Chicago O'Hare 17 north land.
Okay, I have the plane loaded. You'll notice we're at Chicago O'Hare. We don't want to be here. We want to be at Chicago Midway because our flight's from Midway to O'Hare, not O'Hare to Midway or O'Hare to anywhere else. So we are going to teach you our first thing, spawning aircraft. Let's say you have a flight that you want to do that goes from Dallas, Fort Worth to Tulsa, Oklahoma. But your aircraft is in Salem, Oregon, let's say, or Portland or wherever. You can still spawn the aircraft in free flight. You cannot spawn in tasks, but in free flight you can. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do Control F,
Land. List Illinois Chicago O'Hare. 0 need land.
and we are going to click
Illinois Chicago Midway. 15 me 1 North America USA
This.
land.
Illinois Chicago Midway. And we're here at Midway. And if we press W,
Light rain breeze southwestern. 2 me per hour dark gray clouds 21 10 meters above you. W.
that'll tell us our weather. So let's turn our flight management computer on and start setting up the plane.
Computer on.
The way you do that is Control-Shift-K. And the way you spawned here, or the way we spawned here, is the way we're going to set our destination. But
List Illinois Chicago mid land.
we pressed Enter on that destination to spawn here. So instead of pressing Enter on
Illinois Chicago O'Hare. 15 me land.
Illinois Chicago O'Hare, we're going to press.
Destination set. Space. Eurofly.
And since this isn't a Category 2 or 3 aircraft, it just says destination set because it cannot add multiple destinations, unlike Categories 2 and 3. And if you press Tab on your computer here,
Flight timetable. List 2208 land.
flight timetable. If you're flying to the timetable, you'll see this, and you'll also see other flights here on the timetable.
Traffic. Edit red only multi-line unavailable.
Traffic. If you press Control P, that'll take you to the pilots page on the Eurofly website
Dashboard. Eurofly.
and the dashboard, which is where we were. So let's start getting this plane configured for takeoff. Well, I guess taxi and takeoff. So,
Computer off. Computer on.
once again, Control-Shift-K for your computer. All right. Now we are going to contact ground using our radio. And how we're going to do this, we're going to do Control Shift F,
Done. Set frequency.
and we're going to press F.
Ground 115. One approach, one enter frequency. On 5. Eurofly.
SK737, this is ground, welcome.
And that told us our frequency, 115.1. And if we press that again,
Ground active 150. Land.
it'll say active, which is nice. And we entered that frequency with Alt F. So now we will turn on our lights
Land.
by pressing by pressing Shift F, Shift S, and Shift B.
Front lights on.
F.
Indoor lights on. Back lights on.
There you go. The lights are on. We will buckle our belt with Control B.
Done.
So, and now we will fuel the aircraft with Control Shift E. Okay. Now, if you're at a smaller airport, the only difference between this and a bigger airport is at the smaller airport, it's only one runway. Only Category 1 aircraft can take off from them. And you board and leave passengers on that same runway. So if it's from small airport to small airport, or Category 1 airport to Category 1 airport, and when you land at the other airport, you're just going to leave the passengers on the tarmac, on the landing runway. But if you're at an airport like a Category 2 airport, which can hold Category 1 and 2 aircraft, or a Category 3 airport, which can hold Categories 1, 2, and 3, you have multiple runways, and you also have a variable gate. Now, let me be clear. A Category 3 cannot...
SK737, roll to the runway, B4.
A Category... A Category 3 aircraft Category 3 aircraft can only take off from Category 3 airports. A Category 1 aircraft can take off from Categories 1, 2, and 3. And Category 2 can take off from Categories 2 and 3 airports. Okay. Now that we've got that all sorted, let's talk about a few commands to know about. If you press N,
30 left bearing 330 N. Land.
it says 30 left bearing. And what that means is, after ATC's it means that after ATC's second message, you will start turning the yoke via one of three ways. If you only need to turn it a couple degrees to the left or right, just press left or right arrow. If you need to turn it 10 to the right or 10 to the left, or more than 10 to the right or more than 10 to the left, just do shift left and shift right. And if you need to turn a cardinal direction, like we're about to do for our gates and runways here, you will do control left and control left or control right. So that's for cardinals. And again, if you press the N, that just tells you how far you need to turn, left or right. And then you can make the call if you need the 10 degrees, the cardinal direction, or just turn the arrow, or just turn the yoke by pressing the left or right. If you press Control N,
15 me Chicago O'Hare 10:12:26 p.m.
It'll say your destination, how far it is, and if you have it set up, what time you'll arrive there. If you press Control Shift N, that'll clear your navigation. And I'll just say this right here. When you're at rotation speed, which is the current takeoff speed, which we'll get to in a second, you're going to need to lift the nose. And how you're going to do that is with the down arrow. And when you need to level off the 0, you will press the down arrow. And if you need to descend, you'll also press, if you need to level off at 0, you'll press the up arrow to level off. And if you need to descend, you will also press the up arrow. But if you need to rise, you will press your down arrow. Now let's go over some letters that you'll need to know. If you press R,
0R.
that's your speed. If you press your T,
0T.
that'll tell you your nose angle. You do not want this nose angle to be above 20 or below minus 20. If you press Z,
0Z.
that is your altitude. Now, let's talk about your speed and how to speed up. You will speed up with your home key, and you will slow down with your end key. Now that we've gotten some commands out of the way, we're still going to go over some more in a little bit, actually. Let's just talk about one more command, or actually two more, and then we'll finally get on the road. Because what I want to do is I want to get all these commands out of the way so that you can actually just enjoy the flight without me blabbering. So that's why I'm talking while we're just sitting here on the tarmac here. Okay. Function F1 or F1. This is a very crucial command because that is how you get your runway. That is also how you ask for clearance for takeoff from approach or ask for landing clearance. It is also how you find out how far you are from your destination airport in its airspace. And obviously, if you're not in its airspace, you can just use Control N. And even if you are in its airspace and you don't want to use the function F1 or F1, you can just still do Control N. And again, that's also how you get your runway, like we just did, or like we got. Now, granted, you're going to have to wait for your runway, but still, that's how you ask for your runway. And Control G, that is your landing gear. When approach says SK737, because that's your flight number for all the Eurofly installations, climb and continue heading north or west or south or east, whatever it says, whatever direction. That is when you want to retract your flaps and pull your landing gear up. Come on, but So when it says climb and continue heading wherever, west, south, east, north, west, or the cardinal direction, whatever, you will hit Control F to retract your flaps and Control G to raise your landing gear. Now, the landing gear does not need to be messed with before takeoff. After takeoff, it needs to be raised into the plane, and before you land, it also needs to be lowered into position. Your flaps need to be set before takeoff by Control F, and your flaps will be extended, but your landing gear is already down. Because if you guys don't know, the landing gear are your wheels. So it's like the tires on a car. And you need your tires to drive down the road. And for a plane, you need them to taxi and land. So the flaps are also less known. Those are, but they're like speed reducers. So think about it that way.
The fuel tanks are full.
Okay. Now we already fueled up. To check if your fuel tanks are full, you can do Control Shift E again after you fuel.
The fuel tanks are full.
It'll say that. Now if you press Control E,
Fuel amount, gas, edit landing, Eurofly.
you can enter a fuel amount in gallons. And if you press E,
999 E.
it'll tell you there's 999 gallons of fuel. Alright, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to keep going here. So, before we do that, we have to do one more command, and that is Control W.
SK737, please roll to gate 4 on board passengers.
That is to get our gate, and that is also how we will that's how we will also board our passengers after we open the door with Control R. So let's start our engines with page up and page down.
Ready.
Okay. Now, we will release our brakes by pressing B,
Off.
and speed up by pressing the home key. Now we'll check our speed with R.
48 R, 53 R.
Gates.
Now we turn east using Control right arrow. That ding means we're going the right way.
Gate 1.
Also, if we press space,
Space.
SK737, please roll to gate 4 on board passengers.
that will repeat the last message we got from either approach or ground.
Gate 2. Gate 2. Gate 3. Gate 3. Gate 3.
Brakes.
Done.
Shut off the engines.
Gate 4.
Wait till the plane stops.
Gate 4.
Oh, jeez.
Gate 4.
Open the door with Control R. And
Gate 4.
passengers with Control W.
Gate 4. Gate 4.
$57.
Okay. All right. Okay, sadly, for you guys, for if you already know Eurofly, we have a couple more demands to introduce to the new people. Well, I guess not yet, but okay. So we have boarded the passengers, and let me check this.
Land. Oh, list. Relic 1 of land. Eurofly.
Tasks will auto.
Okay. What we just did was, well, what I did after I boarded the passengers and closed the door was I pressed Alt-I to play the safety video for the passengers, and I pressed Alt-O to close the cockpit. Now, before we get going, I waited until we had passengers purposefully to do this. I'm going to show you a couple more things, and then we're going to get our engines up, we'll turn on our systems, and we'll finally taxi to the runway for takeoff. First of all, pushback. There is no actual pushback, so you have to do it yourself. There are two ways to do this. The paint and hair way that no one else probably does, and the standard Eurofly way. The standard Eurofly way is to release your brakes, press reverse, set your speed to 12, and just back up till you hear gates. Press your brakes, or set your brakes, go to 0 once you hear gates, and release the brakes after you have stopped. Turn off reverse by pressing backspace. The same way you turn it on is backspace as well. Then roll until you hear a ding that signifies you're logging in. And you'll have to do the control right arrow or control left arrow, but I mainly use control right arrow for this. To turn north, then just roll until you hear the ding. Then you can speed up to about 62 miles per hour or 100 kilometers per hour. The paint and hair way is release your brakes from the gate, turn in the opposite direction by pressing control left arrow until you hear the opposite direction, roll at 3 miles per hour or about 7 kilometers per hour until you hear a ding followed by your gate, then speed up to about 62 miles per hour or 100 kilometers until you hear a beep. That is the gates area, but we're on the other side of it, so it's beep. Then turn north after that beep stops for 20 seconds. You count down from 20 to 0, and then you turn north. Now, if there's a announcement from the stewardess, if you're flying categories 2 or 3, you only have to count down from 10, but today it'll be 20 to 0, since category 1s do not have stewards that make announcements. So, yeah. And it did let me fuel again, but I don't think there's really that much more fuel.
909 land.
It still says 999, but just checking. Alright, so we're doing the paint and hair way this time. Correct. That's kind of a long way to push back at 12 miles per hour or 20 kilometers. So let's get our engines up. Page up, page down.
Ready.
Brakes off.
B.
Off.
Roll. Because you do have to roll at the slowest speed to turn for this. So
1 R.
we're only going 1. Control left arrow.
West.
Had to do that twice, so now we're facing west, and we're only gonna roll
1 R. 2 R. 2 R. 4 R.
Oh boy.
4 R. 2 R.
I guess we'll roll at 2. Okay, while we're doing that, we're gonna press Control F.
Done.
For flaps, when it says done, that's what you want to hear, but if you do
Gate
it,
4.
Off.
Gate 4.
it'll say off. That's not what you want.
Gate
Time,
4.
Done.
but you do want to hear off after the second transmission from ATC. You guys will see. Okay, we'll do Control Shift D for TCAS.
TCAS on.
That is the traffic collision avoidance system that helps us avoid planes. Then we'll do Control Shift S
Storm radar on.
for storm radar. Then Control Shift Q
Tempering
Gate
on.
for
3.
tempering / heating.
Gate 3.
Okay. Now that we did that,
71R,
Gate 2.
62R,
Gate 2.
all of our systems are set, but for bigger planes, there are 2 more systems.
57B,
And I'm
Done.
going to stop here for a second. And those systems are ventilation and pressure. That is if you go above, I believe, 5,000. And how you turn on those is Control Shift B and Control Shift P. And I have 2 more things to show, and then I will shut up for the rest of this video, most likely, and just let you guys enjoy the flight. Also, throughout these videos, during takeoff, you will hear me say V1 and rotate. That's not important for this, but I like to play character, you know, if I'm going to play the game, you might as well play more into the game. V1 is decision speed, and rotate is when the nose comes off the ground and you start to fly. Fly up into the air. If you press Control Enter,
list, free flight 1 of 43, free flight
it'll
1 of
say,
43,
it'll give you what I call the aircraft information. If you're doing a test, you would say assigned flight. So it says free flight.
airport, Chicago Midway, Illinois, 3, 2 of 43, pilot, aerial Eurofly inspector, 10, 3 of 43, land.
So it said the airport, obviously. Now, it said aerial Eurofly inspector 10. That was my pilot name. Well, I guess the pilot name, followed by the rank, and inspector 10 is the highest rank.
Lockheed 188 Electra, category 1, 4 of 43,
Okay, the name of the plane.
number of seats, 98, 5 of 43,
That's how many passengers it can hold. But we only have
number of passengers, 57, 6 of 43,
7.
starting weight 100, 0 ton 7 of 43, current weight 106, 6 ton 8 of 43, maximum airspeed 448 mph 9 of 43,
And that is 721 kilometers per hour, by the way.
range 2175 m 10 of 43,
Okay, that's the range is how far your plane can fly before it goes doot, doot, no fuel or out of fuel.
ceiling 3700 m 11 of 43,
The ceiling, that's how high you can fly. Regardless whether you're using miles, you sadly cannot convert that. You sadly cannot convert into fuel. Sucks, but oh well.
takeoff speed 140 mph 12 of 43,
That's your takeoff and landing. Now, not for category 1, but for categories 2 and 3, you need to look at the following things after this.
landing airspeed 140 mph 13 of 43, current takeoff speed 144 mph 14 of 43,
Now, for this plane, it's not much different, but there was one time when I was looking at the Boeing 747 takeoff. I think the actual takeoff, but mine was like 192. just because I had extra weight.
Current landing airspeed 144 mph 15 of 43. Fuel tank capacity 999 gal 16 of 43. Fuel level 999 gal 17 of 43. Current range 2174 me 18 of 43. Used fuel 0 gal 19 of 43. Ticket price 2220 of 43.
I believe the ticket price is US dollars, but I could be wrong.
Flight price 1254 21 of 43. Door closed 22 of 43.
Okay, now what's coming up is basically like a checklist if you're into that sort of thing.
Cockpit closed 23 of 43. Brakes on 24 of 43. Flaps extended 25 of 40. Landing flaps extended 25 of 43. Landing gear down 26 of 43.
Yes, you need that landing gear down because that means the wheels are on the ground.
Belt on 27 of 43.
And if you raise the landing gear with Control G before it tells you to, you will crash. So, yeah.
Strobe lights on 28 of 43. Belt on 27 of 40. Strobe lights on 28 of 43. Tail lights on 29 of 43. Cabin lights on 30 of 43. Transmitter on 31 of 43. Transponder off 32 of 43.
Transponder. That is for the upcoming squawk. So I'll just go over that. I forgot. Thank you, checklist, for reminding me about this. Control Shift T is how you turn it on. To hear the squawk again, you will press space. And to enter the squawk, you will press Alt T. And then you just press enter after you're done typing. That's standard for everything here.
Communicator off 33 of 43.
Communicator, don't use that. I believe it's Control Shift G to turn that on, and then to send a message is Control G, I believe.
Status monitor off 34 of 43.
I don't use the communicator. Status monitor, Alt M if you want to turn that on. That's for the Braille display users out there. This gives you everything your computer does, but on your Braille display.
Climate control on 35 of 43.
Okay, these are the systems we turn on. So climate control.
Weather radar on 36 of 43. Flight management computer on 37 of 43.
The computer, it's called the flight management computer in here.
Traffic collision avoidance system on 38 of 43. Audio nav off 39 of 43.
Now, I don't find this useful, but there's a thing called audio navigation. That is to see how lined up you are with the beacon. I don't use that, but if you wish to turn it on, it's not Control N. It's Alt N. Alt N for audio nav. Now, I don't know how to tell if you're aligned with the beacon because I just press N and see if I need to turn. That's all I do. So
Transponder 040 of 43.
transponder.
Frequency 115, 141 of 43. USA, Illinois 42 of 43.
Okay.
Land Eurofly.
There you go. Now let's press Control D.
List Lockheed 188 Electra 1 of 16. Lockheed
This is the,
188 Electra land.
Pilot logbook. And all this is self-explanatory, so I'll just run through this quickly.
Last airport, Chicago O'Hare, Illinois 2 of 16. Successful takeoffs, 63 3 of 16. Successful landings, 55 4 of 16. Current flight, 5 of 16. 0 me 6 of 16. List item 7 of 16. Flown today, 8 of 16. 0 me 9 of 16. List item 10 of 16. Total flown, 11 of 16. 1757 me 12 of 16. 4 hours, 53 minutes, 13 of 16. Crashes, 25 14 of 16. USA, Illinois 15 of 16.
Okay, there we go.
Land Eurofly.
Alright, let's get going here.
Off.
1 R3 R West S 999 E
Gate 1.
37 R
Gate 1.
60
Gate
R
1.
Oh yes, and before you get to the beeping sound, if you do the Peyton Herrick method, slow down to only 12 miles per hour or 20 kilometers when you're doing that.
2R, 4, 5, 6, 7R, 9R, 9R, 11R, 12R, 12R.
SK737, you can roll to the runway B4.
By the way, I just used function F1 to get our runway again because I could not use space to play that because the last message before that was the gate. So I had to make that the top message. 20, 19, 18, 14, 13, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
North.
Okay. And with the paint and Herrick method, once you've turned north after 20 seconds, you can just go as fast as you want with it, of course. Oh, and if I didn't say already, don't go above 62 miles per hour or 100 kilometers per hour on the taxiway. Doesn't work out too well
27R.
if you go above. On category 2s and 3s, it'll say you have exceeded the maximum allowed speed. But on category 1s, it's dangerous because you can go as fast as you want. Doesn't mean you're not going to crash though. You can also do this.
Paused.
Pause your flight with Alt F1. Even if you don't have your BIOS updated like me. So let's resume it.
Resumed. 75.
Oh boy.
70R. 66, 63R.
3.
Now this is a little advanced for beginners, but I mean you're gonna have to do this stuff eventually, so. And it's pretty simple once you get the hang of it.
B.
Okay. And we have turned
B.
onto the B section of runways.
B.
Now, if we had received 1, 2, or 3,
B.
we would have just turned onto the runway,
B.
pressed our brakes, rolled until
B.
we were told to contact tower B. But since we have B, it's a little bit different. So we have turned on to B. We heard that ding. B, as you can hear, we are past it. I usually stop after I hear that, and then I start moving again. That's just what I do. I don't know if you have to do that, but that's just what I do. We get our runway again.
SK737, you can roll to the runway B4.
Oh boy.
96R. 90R.
You guys hear how fast I'm going?
66R.
B2.
Well, it's making the taxi quick, which is probably good for you guys.
B3.
48R. Smith.
SK737, you can roll to the runway B4.
Beef. That's runway.
B3.
998E. 77R. 80R. R. 46R.
I'm gonna slow down for our run up,
North. B.
which simply means
B4.
just our turn out. Now,
B4.
you can hear the runway, but
B4.
we have not heard the aforementioned SK737, you were clear to mount the contact tower or something. So, let's
B4.
B.
Off.
press B to release the brakes and
B4.
roll as slow as we can.
B4.
We don't want to miss this.
SK737, please contact Tower for
B4.
takeoff clearance. We wish you a pleasant flight.
You want as much
B4.
runway as you can get. So now, we're going to press
B4.
F.
Ground active 115. 1 approach 121. 9 F.
B4.
Enter frequency. Edit 1 2 1. Dot.
B4.
9.
Squawk
Land.
1559.
B4.
And the frequency we
B4.
just entered is the approach. So we'll turn on the
B4.
transponder with Control Shift T,
Done.
B4.
and we'll press space.
Space.
Squawk 1559.
Okay, then press Alt T.
Transponder. Edit land 1.
B4.
5. 9. Eurofly.
Identification confirmed.
Once you hear
B4.
that, and only once you hear that, continue as
B4.
off.
B4.
I will not be talking
B4.
throughout the flight
B4.
because
B4.
number one, I've been talking this whole video.
B4.
Number two, it's very quick and I need to pay attention.
B4.
So
B4.
the only other thing I'll say is
B4.
once you hear the second transmission from ATC,
B4.
if it's not a short flight like this,
B4.
you can honestly just press Alt
B4.
Home, and that'll take you to full speed.
B4.
And then once you're on the ground
B4.
and you're only about
B4.
15 feet or meters from
B4.
parking, you can hit Alt Home
B4.
and slow down to 0, or you can honestly do that anywhere.
B4.
If you wish to stop your
B4.
slowing down or speed up, you can
B4.
press the delete key. And once again,
B4.
backspace is your reverse key.
B4.
And you can even use it if you're careful to give yourself more
B4.
room for takeoff, but I'm not doing that.
B4.
I think that's it. So from here on
B4.
out, I'm just gonna stop talking.
B4.
Oh, the Alt Home, no,
B4.
the Alt End
B4.
The Alt End can also
B4.
be used to slow yourself down if you're in
B4.
turbo and you really need to slow down
B4.
to land. So that's
B4.
just make sure you press the delete before it gets to
B4.
stall speed, because it will take you to 0
B4.
even if you're in the air. With all that's
B4.
with all that said, let's go.
B4.
Function F1 for me.
Done.
B4.
SK737, you are clear to take off from the runway
B4.
B4.
Clear for takeoff and Peyton shuts up now, except for
B4.
saying yeah.
B4.
0 R.
Oh,
B.
B4.
Off.
let's release the brakes. That might be helpful. Okay, now I
B4.
30 R.
30.
48 R. 85 R.
80.
93 R. 99 R. 105 R.
100.
129 R.
B1.
140 R.
Rotate.
6 8 T 12 T 12 T 15 T 15 12 T.
SK737, climb and continue heading north.
Left retract with Control F.
Off.
And gear retract with Control V.
Takeoff successful.
SK737, climb to 500 and set heading towards your destination.
4964 Yankee Champagne Ground runway 14 left at Bravo, taxi via Echo Bravo.
32 left bearing 32 left bearing 3. 15 left bearing 9 left bearing 328 9 left bearing 3 9 left bearing 3 245 400. 1 right bearing 328 F.
737, continue on your present course and altitude.
1 right bearing 11E Chicago O'Hare 1046 11E Chicago O'Hare 1046 56 p.m.
SK737, descend to 100.
Maintain VSR at or below 3,000. Departure frequency 121.35.
SK737, you are leaving the airspace of
Transponder and link 8936.
Identification confirmed. SK737, this is your destination airport. Continue on your current course and altitude. Contact tower to request landing clearance at 2 kilometers from the airport.
383
SK737, continue on your current course and altitude.
Flags extend. Up. And landing gear goes down with speed.
121 Z 348 tailwind 3 4 Nation 3 3 Nation 329 to 322 tailwind 3 R 304 tailwind 3 R 250 tailwind 3 R 233 tailwind 3 R 204 203 tailwind 3 R 10 right bearing 3 181 176 170 to head bearing 3 161 156 tailwind 149 tail 142 tailwind 139 tailwind 142 tailwind 3 145 tailwind head bearing 070 Chicago O'Hare 1047 53 p.m. 1 right bearing 330
SK737, you are cleared to land. I repeat, you are cleared to land.
Lowering the nose.
48C 40C 33C minus 19T 13C 3C
Landing successful.
Touchdown.
105 R 97 R
Off. Done.
ground 116 7 enter frequency 116 dot 7
Sierra
Eurofly
Kilo 737, Roger, this is ground. Sierra Kilo
95 R minus
737, taxi to gate
124
2.
A minus 12 A 63 R 32 R 20 20 20 20 20 21 18 R 15 30 12 10 9 R 7 R
Done.
2 R 6 7 8 9 11 11 12 12 12 R
That was the shortest I'm sure you guys have ever seen, but we're here. And I am actually having to use reverse because I overshot that a little bit.
85 83 2700 K
But I've done much worse. I've literally almost crashed on landing because the aircraft I was flying at a high landing speed. About 300, I think.
17 2700 B
Done.
Parking position.
427
Off.
Right.
0 R B
Off.
Now we will taxi to the gates to let our passengers off. And a little bug here. See how we've already landed? Since I had my nose a little too low upon landing, or during landing, they still are screaming back there. So, yeah, that's another thing. If you have the cockpit open, which I did for part of the flight, your passengers will scream if the nose gets below minus 21 or above.
0 T 36 R
Let me get our
Sierra Kilo 737, taxi to gate 2.
Gate 2, okay.
Gate 1.
You got there?
83 R
Ooh boy, not that high.
75 73 R
Oh, yes. If you go,
B 42 43 R
Steering wheel off.
if you go above, I think
Gate
it's
2.
65 or something. If
Gate
you
2.
raise your landing gear, or
Gate 2.
if you brake, I mean, at that speed, it'll cripple your landing gear and you'll crash. Also, if you if you have your door closed while you're trying to let your passengers off, it'll say this.
Closed.
Let the passengers off, but I'll keep the cockpit closed during this. Just because they're still screaming, so I'll take off the note.
Computer off. Front
F-
door
F-
lights off.
Basically, just turning all the systems off. You don't have to do that. It's just an
Zero.
in mind. Okay, we have 0 passengers. And
Done. Off.
okay. Now when you're ready to exit Eurofly, you just
To end, press enter.
do Alt F4, or I think, let me see.
To end, press enter.
Or Function F4.
Land.
About Eurofly.
And if you don't want to scroll through all those options we went through, just press
Exit.
up arrow,
Desktop list.
and there you go. So thank you for listening to this video. We hope to see you on more Eurofly videos coming soon. Peace.
Zoom window. Schedule button. Friday. Change background. No back and chat. Forward and chat history. Search seat tab. Presenting tooltip. Setting button. Return to meeting. Schedule button. Friday. To change background image tooltip. No upcoming meetings today. Meeting controls row 1. More drop
There
down.
we go.
Menu. Pause recording. Alt P. Stop recording.